What is there to gain?
When everything is going wrong.
How can one stand strong?
When hope doesn't last long.
The world just doesn't know.
How hard one life can be.
Everyone has their own problem.
What?
God. Next line.
I don't hear you.
Are you paying?
What?
Are you paying
What's going
attention?
on? I can't hear you. It just started.
Everyone
This
has
thing
their
just
own
started.
problems.
If you can hear me, just read the rest of the poem without me.
What? Alright. Everyone has their own problems, but the worst surrounds me. I haven't been through it all, but hard times is all I see. I'm just one person trying to make it, and all I have is dreams. When nothing is going right, and my mind is filled with stress, I hold my pillow tight, and I dream of the best. But at times that's hard to do, when my eyes are soaked with tears. I'm just one person trying to make it, striving for better years. Also, Happy New Year's. I try to lift my head high, but hard ace comes so quick. Then my smile fades to sigh, holding in so much pain, to the point I want to die. But giving up on my life is what I know I shouldn't do. At times when I'm lonely, lost, and confused, I'm just one person trying to make it. With my arms stretching out far, believing I can succeed, and one day shine bright like a star. The world just doesn't know how hard one life can be. Everyone has their own problems, but the worst surrounds me. I haven't been through it all, but hard times is all I see. I'm just one person trying to make it, and all I have is dreams. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Pickle Podcast. I am your host, Pickles on Mayo.
Oh, well.
And I think our co-host was taking a nap. We're doing an introductory.
I'm back. What happened?
What happened?
Why do I think this cut out, disconnect for no reason?
What do you mean?
Like, alright, so like you finished the poem without me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened?
How long? Where are you right now in the poem?
I'm done.
Okay. So
I don't know what you're asking.
Alright, so Discord was being fussy again, and the audio just stopped for some reason. But
Oh, I see. Okay. No.
I like how it just decided right when the actual podcast started. Just what? Let's just cut out, man.
Wait, it actually was? No.
Yeah, like it just I don't know. I just couldn't hear you anymore after like just randomly in the middle of the poem.
Oh man. Okay. Well, that's okay. We're done with that anyways.
Hopefully, we go the rest of the podcast technical difficulty free.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyways, now that we're here, welcome everybody to the Pickle Podcast. I'm your host, Pickles on Mail. I'm joined with my co-host today,
Mr. Nobody 7-Eleven.
Yeah, Mr. Nobody 711.
Yes.
Here on YouTube Live. And shall we just jump in today?
We've now had 1,000 episodes now, which is kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
We could
1
sell
dozen?
our, yeah, I guess 12 is a dozen.
That is pretty incredible, I think.
Yeah, we could like sell our podcast episodes in like an egg carton. Because they're sold by the dozen.
Yeah, I guess. But I don't think we're selling it to any of our viewers, because you know what? This is completely free for you guys to view.
Yes. But you can support our Patreon. Just kidding.
Of course, yeah, no, we don't have to. But if you really want to, we could set up a Patreon, or actually, come to think of it, something of a introductory phrase. We are thinking of expanding this podcast, possibly to go live on Twitch So not only can you YouTube viewers be watching it, but also so viewers from Twitch, the Twitch audience can be watching it there, while
Yes,
also having audience here.
Yes, as I'm aware, some people prefer the I guess presentation of the Twitch platform over YouTube Live, which I understand, and also hopefully we can gain some new viewers to be part of our little Pickle podcast family on Twitch.
Yeah.
So we won't be going anywhere off YouTube. We'll still be streaming on YouTube, but we'll have a second outlet you can watch us live over on twitch.tv/picklesonmayo. So yeah, in fact, but just to gauge your interest, how about we put a little poll in the chat for everyone?
Yeah, speaking of chat, I don't know what's going on with chat.
What do you mean?
Can you take a look at
I'm loading it right now as we speak.
It looks like the chat is unavailable.
Dang, we got all the technical difficulties today. Hello?
I know it's live. But...
Okay. You think Kyle again? I got scared.
What?
Alright. Yeah, I don't see a chat either.
This doesn't make sense.
Why does your thing keep cutting out?
Mine?
Yeah, your thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your audio keeps cutting out on my thing. That's fine.
Dang. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm on. Oh wait, I figured it out. Cause okay, so it's the podcast is you said it as made for kids. So because it's made for kids, you can't chat.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No. Okay, hold on. I'm changing that right now.
We're not made for kids.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know, recently.
I mean, it's required. So I thought just putting it that way would be better than that.
If you don't know, recently YouTube they added a little toggle thing where you could set your content as made for kids, and then I guess it could show up on YouTube Kids. But there are multiple limitations to it, I guess, such as not being able to have chat on your live stream. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. Not only that, but I think as a YouTube creator, I think I got an email saying how you wouldn't be receiving ads on your videos if it was made for kids for some reason. So all the channels on YouTube Kids, I guess, are now out of jobs.
I don't think Ryan Toy Reviews is going. He's losing his ad revenue.
Yeah, no, but like at least from what I read from the email, I'm not sure how. Here, I'll bring it up after I'm done getting everything else ready.
Our apologies for the technical difficulties on today's podcast. We are sorting it out.
Okay. Alright, there we go, finally.
Yay.
Alright, hold on. Alright, so back to the Twitch poll, of course. We have,
So guys, if you're on desktop or something, just refresh the podcast, and then hopefully the chat will finally pop up.
Twitch, sorry. Here we go. So, it's forming a hyperlink, and people can go there and answer just really quickly. That's all it'll take. Honestly, we're planning on doing it, live streaming it to Twitch as well, but this is just an added bonus.
Make sure that you guys are feeling it.
Yeah. We all are in a democratic state, I guess.
The Democratic Republic of the Pickle Podcast.
Right. So we
want
your opinions on this matter.
Alright, now that everything is finally up and running as smooth as silk, I guess. Right, let's get into the meat and gravy of the podcast.
Yeah, of course.
Alright, so I guess if we've had a winter break, Christmas and New Year's since our last podcast.
Wow.
Last podcast we kind of previewed all the holidays. Now I guess we're gonna be talking about what actually happened during the holidays.
Yeah. So, 2 major holidays over the last like week or so, few weeks. I mean, it's not been. Has it been a few weeks since our last podcast? We've been actually kind of catching up this time.
It's been 3 weeks, so way better than our usual time frame.
All right, nice. So, over the break, I guess. I think the most important thing I did was relax.
True. I agree. Yeah, I feel like winter break came at a good time. You know, I feel like I did need the R&R time to get off from school.
Yeah, it's kind of, I wouldn't say stressful, not the schoolwork.
Obviously, yeah, high school is manageable, but you know everyone needs that little. The break is there for a reason because you kind of need it a little. It helps benefit and helps you refocus. Yeah, it helps you reset.
So that's the main thing that I did, I guess. But also, have you ever been to
Kalahari?
No, not Kalahari. That's not what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, have you ever been to Busch Gardens before?
I actually, in fact, have.
Oh, really? How did you like it?
I enjoyed it quite much, actually. Yeah, it was a good time. I feel it's a nice it's like a more upscale King's Dominion.
Yeah. Well,
it's pretty clean. It's pretty clean, and I like that. And there's just there are a lot of fun rides as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you went to Busch Gardens over winter break?
Yeah, that too. Aside from relaxing. But
Busch Gardens, Williamsburg.
Really nice. Or no, wait, Williamsburg?
Yeah.
You mean
Not Williamsburg. That is Williamsburg, right?
Are you talking about where it is?
Okay, where it is? Yeah, I'm talking about where it is. Yeah, Busch Gardens.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it is. I wasn't really detailed on where exactly we went. So all I know though is that that it was during Christmas time. I'm pretty sure it was Williamsburg. It wasn't too far from where we originally were because we were down in Southern Virginia. So at Virginia Beach, right?
Oh, you went to Virginia Beach and Busch Gardens.
Right. So, but Virginia Beach is where we did most of our vacay time. How was 1 week?
How was it in the winter though?
Oh, for both?
Virginia Beach and how was it? Amusement park and a beach in the winter. Yeah.
Yeah. So for Virginia Beach, it's obviously other people probably would have gone to the beach, but we didn't at all because we weren't really going for the sake of for the water, but because it was pretty cold outside throughout the entire.
Are you like Anakin Skywalker? You don't like sand?
Not really. We don't have it's not because we had a phobia of sand, of course, but it's just that we just we just enjoyed staying inside more than going to the beach itself. Which kind of begs the question, why did we go to the beach in the first place? Which is
You could just got to any hotel, any nice hotel. It would have been the same there.
But it's because
there are nice hotels in Disney.
we have a condo there.
It's just for the ambiance of the beach being there, even though you didn't go.
Yeah. And it's not like we were really losing anything either.
Was there a decent amount of traffic there, people or?
Oh no.
It was pretty dead.
Traffic was pretty mild.
I don't mean actual traffic. I mean the amount of foot traffic and people around there.
Yeah, that too. There's so if you know Virginia Beach, there's
I've been there.
The city part, but we're not actually in the city. Okay, we're when I say south, I mean south. So we're not
See, when you weren't really near the beach, you're just kind of near Virginia Beach.
We were near the beach. We were right next to the beach. But we didn't actually go onto the shore to bother with the beach. That's about
in the
it.
chat. Welcome to the stream, JK0. He wanted to mention he doesn't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Words of Anakin Skywalker, I see.
I see. Okay. I guess the Virginia Beach would not have been a good vacation.
And that actually ties into something which I guess we kind of plan to talk about later on the podcast. Well, let's just talk about it now. And that's something interesting I did over winter break, which is I saw Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker in 4DX.
Oh. Can you explain what that is?
Alright, so basically a 4DX movie is you have 3D glasses, but then the seats you're in, they like move.
Yeah.
And then there's like there's a lot of effects, like there's like explosions, there'll be like smoke that comes up in the theater. And then they like in behind the seat there's like a wind mist blaster thing. So like the ships are shooting lasers, like it goes like the mist behind you goes like.
Oh, I see.
So it's actually like
that's just 4D.
Wait,
that's just 4D, isn't it?
what they call it? I went to a Regal theater and they called it 4DX. And there's also like, oh no, there's also water too, like a little bit of light, like drizzle that comes in like rainy scenes.
Right. Well, like, what's the X part supposed to represent? Because I know 4D theater always has those typical effects. Did it have like heating as well? Like
it had a fan. It blew wind.
Oh, I see. That's it. Yeah. Other than like
it's like, have you ever seen like a 4D movie for like an actual like normal movie?
No, I haven't. It's always been like short films.
Yeah,
I guess
but,
that's like if
it's like stuff in amusement parks, right? Like amusement parks have like short 4D things.
Yeah, I guess I never really saw it at amusement parks.
Yeah, so 4DX is just like, because you can see Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker in normal 2D or 3D, but you could also see it in 4D, like I chose to do.
I see. Yeah, but what's the X supposed to represent? That's the question.
I don't know. I think that's just Regal trying to market it.
Yeah, something unique.
So while it is gimmicky, and I think it does kind of take away from the movie because like your seat's always like moving everywhere, so it's like kind of hard to actually pay attention because you're like the effects are really grabbing you. But I feel like it's still a good time, and I don't know if I'd recommend it for every movie, but I definitely recommend trying it out at least once.
Yeah.
It is
I've never really been.
It's like $22 a ticket though. It is really expensive.
Ooh.
But I think it's worth it.
A regular.
Like $10 movie, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it is worth a shot at least once.
Well, let's not stay on this topic too long, because actually...
Wait, there's one more thing that happened. One more thing happened during break I'd like you to mention.
Oh, no, okay.
You got a new PC, or laptop, gaming laptop.
That's right.
You should
I was just saying, I wanted to move on from that specific topic, because I, and probably some other folks here watching, haven't seen the movie itself.
I didn't spoil anything,
I just wanted to move on before you...
I didn't talk about the plot. I mean, the movie I would give it a solid 6. I feel like
the sand thing.
The sand thing, that's from Revenge of the Sith.
Okay. I'm not a Star Wars fan. If you couldn't tell.
Oh, actually, I bought Star Wars edition Adidas Ultra Boost. So
Adidas.
So now I have Star Wars shoes basically.
Wow, what do they look like? Oh, could you? Oh, sorry. I shouldn't.
You want to look it up or?
Yeah. Let me see. Wow, can you say that again? I'll bring it up on the podcast.
Just look up Adidas Ultra Boost 19 Star Wars edition.
Ultra Boost.
Ultra Boost 19, yeah. No, then to Star Wars edition.
Oh, Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Ooh. What are these supposed to be? What are the decals at the bottom?
It's supposed to be the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, I see. These come at quite a hefty price, huh?
I found a price a little bit less than MSRP. So
So how much is that?
you okay? Okay, you just I picked them up for 140.
Oh.
No, but okay, here was my reasoning. Okay, normally I don't feel the need to buy shoes that expensive,
Okay.
but I did get a gift card from a relative for Foot Locker
Mhm.
for it was $100. So I was like, okay, might as well get me something a little nice,
Oh, I see.
So I put 40 of my own money and then the 100 from the gift card. So I mean,
Okay.
they are really comfortable though. I do recommend Ultra Boosts for
Yeah.
someone who just wants a good all-around casual and running shoe.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking for some as well, or just shoes,
Yeah.
comfortable running shoes, because the one I have is from like like the $20 section from Costco, and like and I noticed that like my slippers probably work better
For running.
than the actual padding on the shoes, which is not too great. But other than that, I've never really been interested in buying shoes.
I would recommend.
But if you, yeah.
I
It's
don't
a
know, like,
budget shoe. What would you recommend?
what does budget mean to you? Budget means different things to a lot of people.
Like probably don't exceed the 100 rate.
So under 100.
100, yeah. Don't.
You could
That's
find.
Semi-budget.
You can find. How much do you care about style, or just How much do you want? You want a balance of like style and performance, or just performance, or?
I'd say like a mix, but I kind of want performance more, so than style.
You could get like
Color
Adidas.
really.
You can get Adidas NMDs. You can find them for under 100. They're a pretty good balance between running and style and comfort while walking.
Adidas, what's that?
Just look up Adidas NMD R1s.
Adidas NMD. Ooh.
So you can find them for under 100. I have a promo.
Well, like most of the ones shown
Okay,
here are
no, I have a promo code for Foot Locker. I found. I could give it to you.
a promo code.
It's like I'm not shouting out Honey,
Well, if
but
I'm going-
I did use Honey to save money on my purchase. So
How much exactly? I mean, I'm just asking out of curiosity. This is not a sponsorship.
it was like a 25% promo code.
Oh, 25%.
That's pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like a Foot Locker Christmas thing, I guess. It's like, oh, Merry Christmas, we'll give you 25%. So if you could find promo codes, and you can get like, you can find NMDs that are on sale, add a promo code, and you can get them for under 100. And they're like in the 120 range. But you can definitely get NMD. You can definitely get them under 100. Then other option.
Might look into that. Now,
You like them?
Were you gonna say? Were you gonna give another recommendation?
Yeah. Do you like the NMDs or?
Yeah, I think I like the style too.
Alright. You can look at like Air Maxes. Those are like Air Maxes are kind of expensive, but you can like
Air
get
Max
like
what?
you can get like Air Max 1s or like you can find them at like closer to $100 range.
This looks a bit not I mean, I'm not a professional at all, but I'm just saying this looks a little.
I think the Air Max, it's a bit more retro styling. There's like look up like Air Max 97s.
What are the difference between the numbers?
It's just like they brought back a bunch of like retro designs for the Air Maxes. Like the Air Max 1 was like the first Air Max they brought back that design. The 97 is like the one that came out in 1997.
So these are based on dates, are they?
Yes, and the newer ones are a bit more better for running.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What's this one? Nike Back to the Future 2016.
Oh, the self-tying.
Holy
The
smokes.
self-tying shoe. Yeah.
The self-tying shoe?
Yeah, it ties itself. It was
Like hands-free, it ties.
yeah, it just like yeah.
That's insane. Why would it cost $500,000?
It's a collect. They only made a few as a collector's item. It's like a Back to the Future one.
That's so stupid. I mean, like, sure, the technology might be cool and all, but $500,000? You could almost buy a house with that.
You could buy a house with that.
3 separate cars. 3
Buy
separate
them-
brand new cars. No,
Or-
not even
or
3,
like-
just like, oh,
A bunch of Hondas or something. Yeah.
honestly.
Or like you could just buy a Ferrari.
This is more than most doctors' salary. Like, are you serious? You're gonna be in serious debt once you own these.
But at least you won't have to tie your shoes.
Yeah, but like, how much is not tying your shoes gonna save you? Honestly.
What if you're a busy man?
Well, like, I mean, I'm not saying that busy people. Actually, no. I should just say it straight out. You don't need to spend $500,000 extra just for something else to tie your shoes. Like, what is the practical use of it?
All right, that's pretty
If you
obvious.
have hands, and you can tie your own shoes, then you should just do it. Rather than buying. I mean, unless you.
I look. It's an obvious luxury, right?
Yeah.
But it's in conclusion, I think you should get like NMDs or find an Air Max on sale or something.
MDs. Okay. NMDs, you mean?
Yeah, NMDs. Yeah.
Alright. Is that even a thing? NMD.
It's the name. NMD. Yeah. I don't know.
MD.
I'm not. I don't. MD.
Like medical doctor.
Or Maryland.
Yeah. Okay. Well, either one. Does that?
Yeah. As a shoe?
Yeah.
No, I probably didn't enunciate enough.
Alright. Wow.
I say, anyways, yeah. I guess that could. Yeah, it concludes our shoe talk and catching up over our winter break stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'll definitely be looking into those options.
Yeah.
For a more comfortable footwear.
And to be, you gotta look when we go on our podcast tour, and when we get invited to GEXCon, you gotta look, right. you gotta look fresh.
That's right. I need to up my look game.
Exactly. We need people to think we're cool.
Not cool, but professional.
Yes.
And also somewhat comfortable with our footwear.
Yeah.
Like the brands that you should. Hopefully that'll help. Alright, well anyways.
I think, shall we move on to our next topic on the Google Doc?
Sure. I don't think I covered everything at Busch Gardens, but that's alright.
Okay, you want to continue? Yeah.
Alright. Well, I don't know if you've ever been there during the holiday season, but Busch Garden is like, it's like, I don't even know how to describe. They just put
Well, I heard they did like a light show or something, right?
Right. That's the main thing that they advertise. Lights and also their plays. You know, like performances at different theaters around the park itself.
You go to Busch Gardens to watch a play?
Yeah. No, but there's like lots of plays going on at different times. It's all until 10 p.m. I'm pretty sure. Opens near noon, I think. It's honestly like a really great experience. It gets better when it's nighttime because that's when you actually see the lights in its full glory. It's like they put thousands of hours into putting up those lights, honestly.
So you would say Busch Gardens is the best amusement park to go to in the winter that's outdoors.
Right. It is. Yeah. It's a great place to go during
And
Christmas
plus,
vacation.
and there is slightly less people there too, which makes it nice in the winter.
Slightly less people. Actually, not really.
It's the same amount
It's
as the summer.
I'm not actually sure about summer, but like if you're comparing it to other parks, I think it has a pretty sizable amount of people, which doesn't
even though
detract from like its enjoyment at all, honestly.
gotta get that fast pass.
Yeah. Actually, like the rides aren't terrible, but like
They have some good roller coasters.
yeah, but like most amusement parks during the winter, of course, they're probably closed. Which at Busch Gardens, there actually was like a few that weren't closed, which was good, just in case like we wanted to actually ride them and all. But most are closed just due to like the weather, the climate and everything, how cold it is outside, and how people don't really wanna.
So like the good rides still open though.
Yeah, I guess so. But like the main thing that people come there for winter, of course, is the light shows and also the performances as well. There's also like the whole park is themed as well as I guess as a festive thing. And of course, like when you go to new towns, if you know how Busch Garden is laid out,
Yeah.
Gardens is laid out. There's
Yeah, it's like different like city
countries,
areas. Yeah.
different European countries and everything.
Yeah.
Each country, I'm pretty sure, showcases a different kind of theme, but it all fits into like this nicely wrapped, Christmas feel. It's a really good experience, honestly.
All right.
I
Busch
definitely
Gardens
give it a try.
gets 2 thumbs up from us.
Yeah.
4
Out of-
thumbs up
Out
from
of
both.
wait, out of how many?
Out of our 4 thumbs. 4 out of
Okay,
4
alright.
thumbs.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate.
Please sponsor us, Busch Gardens. We'd love that.
I don't know how they would. They're just like
How-
it's not like
the
an
the Pickle
online-
Podcast is brought to you by Busch Gardens.
Do we have a
Yeah,
promo
what-
code? What do we have?
Yeah, they'd give us like a promo code. Use code Pickle for 15% off.
I mean, like, amusement parks is still kind of like a niche thing now. Not really niche. I don't know. I shouldn't say niche.
It's just
I'm
it's
just
not
saying,
like a thing that you do enough that like they would sponsor a podcast. It's
Like,
not like
one-
it's not
one
like
thing
honey
that-
or something.
One thing that kind of, not really, like, yeah, I'd say confused me. Like, something that really kind of confused me is like their season pass. So like, if for some reason you go there regularly, like I don't know, like a JC Penney or something. They have like plans for their frequent customers who buy their season long passes, I guess. And it offers just like discounted everything, like along to like the tickets and then the meals inside of it actually. But that's just the one thing I've never understand about amusement parks.
There's people, I guess.
Who goes there that frequently?
I guess if you live close, you have enough money. I guess you might be able to justify it.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's even though it is enjoyable, I wouldn't go to amusement park that regularly. You know, that kind of
I guess-
detracts from its enjoyability.
The part of the specialty of an amusement park is just like you don't do it often. So when you go,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a fun special time.
It's almost like a delicacy
Yeah.
without it being actually rare or difficult to obtain. It's just that the fact that it's something as like a enjoyment, but it's also not something that happens very often that makes it so fun. I think at least. I don't know about other people. Maybe there's just those amusement parks that you can never get tired of. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that
I think
wraps
that-
up our
it wraps it up.
catching for this
All right.
video.
So with our next topic on the Google Doc, I think it takes a different turn in vibes from our previous topic. But let's talk about these World War III memes and if there's any truth, if there's any truth to it.
Okay, so can you give some background info on this?
All right, so basically, how this started was a U.S. I should be more informed, but this U.S. some important U.S. guy got killed in Iran, so Trump ordered an airstrike on Iran, but that airstrike ended up killing this guy named Soleimani in Iran, who is he's a I think leader. Hold up. Who's the hold up. He was a general basically. Yeah. So, and then that got Iran very upset, and people started like, oh my god, is there gonna be a World War III? And then people started turning into memes because I guess that's how the modern world is. And people are joking like, bro, are we gonna get drafted or?
I didn't hear much about the controversy much actually. Not a lot of people talked about it at school. I mean, for
people just talk about the meme.
Oh,
People just talked about the meme like, oh, bro, you're gonna get drafted.
Well, that only applies to us guys, right?
Yeah. Can women be drafted? Well, it's been forever since we've done drafting, so. In the modern era, I believe back in Vietnam women didn't get drafted, but now today, do women get drafted? I feel like they would. I don't know. Look, here's my take. I don't think sure, this incident made tensions between U.S. and Iran more, tense, but I don't think it's going to escalate into World War III. But the ice is definitely thinner now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and
maybe not for all-out war.
Into a war, I don't think the U.S. will bring back the draft system. Yeah, our army is big enough, but I don't think we need to do that.
I'll bring it onto screen.
So yeah, what are your thoughts, man?
Will there be a draft? Young people worry after military. What is this?
Hello.
After military strike. Yeah.
God dang it! I can't hear you again.
You can't? Hello? Excuse me. You can't hear me? Hold on. Let me check up on the co-host. Also, if you guys didn't know, since I've gotten this new computer, which I haven't actually talked about yet, I'm able to have this dual monitor setup, which I'm really happy with. It's allowing me to switch screens easily, so you guys don't have to see like the back end of everything that's happening on the podcast, and then everything all operations here can be going smoothly. Also, we should take a look at the polls so far. I don't want to answer it though. I think that'll affect the results. I'm just gonna leave it at now. Maybe by next podcast we'll check it. Or maybe by the end of this one. Let me message this one, our co-host. See if he's still alive. Are you still alive? Alright, after I'm gonna inform myself on this topic a little bit more. Could the strike on an Iranian general trigger a draft? The Selective Service explained. People worried they'd be drafted into a war with Iran apparently crashed the US. Apparently crashed the US Selective Service website. Oh. Selective Service on conflict with Iran. So this has really become serious. Let me see what is he doing? I haven't got a clue. So tensions between the US and Iran, which have been growing for over a year now, sharply spiked Friday morning when the US assassinated Iran general Qasem Soleimani. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry. The head of Iran's Quds Force in the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, and one of the most powerful figures in the country. Oh, hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
back.
Welcome
I think
back.
disconnected. Yeah, what happened?
Nothing much. I was just asking if you were still alive, and
Yeah,
I'm reading an article about about the situation, and apparently the U.S. Selective Service website crashed because of the concern of a draft in a war.
Yeah,
The war.
I did. So, what did the thing cut off when I was talking?
When?
Like, how much did you hear me? How much did you hear me say before it cut off?
I don't know.
Did I mention my 2 cents? Sorry.
No.
Alright, so basically alright, so I was talking about before my connection started being weird. So I started mentioning how the memes probably took a little bit out of proportion and changed people to being a little more scared than they should be. So the airstrike and the murder of Soleimani definitely raised tensions. The ice is definitely thinner between U.S. and Iran, but it's not going to start World War III yet.
Yeah.
And even if we do get into World War III, I don't think we're going to even do a draft because right now our army is sizable enough where I don't think we need to resort to that. So yeah.
All right, is that all we could say? I mean, it is all just like
It was blown a bit. It was blown a bit out of proportions, I think, by the meme community that led to everyone else blowing out of proportion.
You mean about the assassination and everything?
No, like a bunch of memes were made about World War III starting, and
Or
I feel like that
over exaggeration.
I feel like that over exaggerated the public opinion of everything. So, but I think definitely tensions are up, and another incident like this could start something more serious. But for now, we are fine. And even if we get into war, I wouldn't worry about being drafted.
All right.
Did you think?
Can we take your word for this?
Yeah, sure. When my thing cut out, did you think that Iran came to like assassinate me or something?
No.
The U.S. government gotta silence him. He's speaking the truth too much.
I don't know why they would. Is it?
I'm not sure. We're not saying anything bad about either country.
Yeah.
It's just.
This is just speculation about the outcome of something that could potentially happen.
Yeah.
Or not really the outcome, but the components of what could potentially happen.
Right? But yeah, I just wanted to. I put it on the topic list. Just, wanted to bring it up. It's a recent event, and it's good to be informed of the tension in the world. It's always there, but you just gotta.
If this ever
keep your chin up, I guess.
Wait for. You mean stay positive?
Yeah, things
that's different from being informed. I think you got that phrase backwards.
Okay, I think it's just I think I'm more meant to say it's good to be informed, and even when you see stuff like this happening in the world, just look at the positive side and just hope for the best, and I think we'll be okay after this.
Yeah.
So
as long as we I mean Trump has kind of been ballsy, I guess, with his decision. So, we really don't know where he's gonna go with it.
True.
But all we can do is if it does happen to blow out into proportion, I guess on the bright side we'll cover it here on the Pickle Podcast.
Yes, we'll have live World War III coverage on the Pickle Podcast.
This will be a great opportunity to grow an audience for people that are concerned about the country.
And we're close enough to watch. We're pretty close to Washington D.C. as well, so
you can Spread the news.
If like it gets nuked, then like you could have like live coverage of being nuked.
Oh my god. That's okay. Let's not think like that. I think you have the right attitude, but
not the right mindset.
yeah.
Good attitude, bad mindset.
Okay, well, that's enough World War III talk. I think we've covered at least.
Speaking of yeah. So speaking of people that want to make change in the world and try to be active, let's talk about the Time Magazine Person of the Year.
Who would that be?
Greta Thunberg won Time Magazine Person of the Year.
Greta Thunberg. Okay, hold on. This is time for our Actually, should we? No, we should do this first. I was about to say, should we go into trivia? But we should.
We should do this first.
This time. What's her name? Or his
Greta
name?
Greta Thunberg. Do you not know who this is?
Greta Thunberg.
You don't know who she is?
No.
You don't recognize her.
Let me see. Greta Ermin Thunberg, born January 3rd, 2003, is a Swedish environmental activist on climate change whose campaigning has gained international recognition. What?
She's the one from the video where it's like she was talking about like how people stole her childhood because of all this global warming stuff, and
stole
she was
her
like,
childhood.
And I remember, have you never seen the video where it's like she's like, "How dare you?"
How dare? I feel like I feel like I have to see the. All right, should I say like how? Oh yeah, me. What? This is a chat. Oh, like this thing? Can you see it? Can you see what I'm pointing at?
No, I can't.
Alright. Greta Thunberg memes. Greta, how dare you meme. Is it she's pointing at somebody and then just saying how dare you?
Yeah, it became like a meme because like she was over the top about global warming and stuff.
Oh, I see. Dang. But she won. But this is just Time Magazine, isn't it?
Yeah, but still, it's interesting that she won. She won Person of the Year in 2019, not anyone else.
Well, because I guess it does say that she got international recognition.
But people who brought up good points. Like they mentioned like journalists who like died and stuff, and like other people. One of those people should have been Person of the Year. And like people who actually like stuff. Like I'm sure like. I applaud her drive and her concern and the effort she is making, but there are people who are going through and have overcome more hardships and are also making an impact that I think would be better off as Person of the Year.
Right.
Here I have
It is like kind of awards are always gonna be kind of biased, you know, numbers and
Well, Time Magazine a Time Magazine Person of the Year award has always been kind of funky when you look at the previous award winners. Like
it's just been updated. Thunberg has received many honors and awards, including Fellowship of the Royal Scottish Geographical Society, and in 2019, Time Magazine named her one of the 100 most influential people and the youngest individual Time Person of the Year.
Well, I mean, like, to be fair, in 1938, Hitler did win Person of the Year. From Time Magazine did give him Person of the Year in 1938.
Really?
And then Stalin was a two-time winner. He won in 1930. He won in 1930. Time. Stalin.
Person of the Year.
Yeah.
Did they ever give a reason?
I never looked into it. I don't know if it's just because he made such an impact that year.
Yeah. Was it? But like, was it a good reason? Did they nominate people for good reasons or?
Actually, I'm confused if it's for good reasons all the time, or it's just for the impact they had.
I see. Yeah. That could be the purpose of the award. But I think it's safe to assume that it's. But like who nominated him for Person of the Year?
I'm looking into it.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. Let me see. Joseph Stalin, 1878 to 1953. Interesting, right? How are these people nominated? And you can see how.
I think people know they're bad. I think it's just because they did such world changing like things.
Yeah, 1938. Adolf Hitler, right here. As German, is it Chancellor? German Chancellor Hitler oversaw the unification of Germany with Austria and the Sudetenland in 1938 after the Anschluss and the Munich Agreement, respectively. Interesting. Is this all from just the Time magazine? This is like a pretty long list from a long time ago. You could also see like other people kind of now differentiate with the people back then. Who's this? The Peacemakers?
There is a lot going on in chat right now.
Oh really? What's going on?
Yeah, have you not paid attention?
Having a conversation.
Yes, this whole conversation going on in chat.
It's spam his phone.
What is he?
Okay, I'm just ignoring this conversation.
I think it's best to ignore as well.
Yeah. This is a long list. Holy smokes. Is this like over the course of the time? Oh, actually no, it only goes to 1927. Alright. First solo transatlantic flight. So it started off good. But Time Person of the Year could probably be like, let me see. Is an annual issue of the United States news magazine Time. That features and profiles a person, a group, an idea, or an object that, for better or for worse, has done the most to influence the events of the year. There you go. Yeah.
Like, the chat is blowing up a lot. What is going on in the chat? Okay. Yeah, I appreciate your interactions you're having. Yeah.
Sure. Does it have anything to do with the podcast? No, but
it did, but then like we didn't pay attention and then it just deviated.
I'm not sure what
they want. Look!
They want to speak. You guys want to speak.
They're asking for rights, but we mentioned earlier in the podcast that we are the Democratic Republic of the Pickle Podcast. So. Right. So this is for now a democracy until we vote to change it.
This is the People's Podcast.
The People's Pickle Podcast.
That's not gonna change, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it could, but for now.
What do you mean it could? Abandoned our form of democracy?
Yeah, I mean, like, if... Look, I feel like democracy isn't the only answer, yeah.
What other forms of government do you have in mind?
Oh, they're trying to vote to what is... Alright, let's just ignore the chat. Oh, Hazy J Productions. But let's just ignore the chat for now. I think that's the best thing to do.
Okay.
And let's... So,
Actually, I'm glad I didn't put the chat now that I think about it. Before the podcast began? I was having thoughts that maybe it'd make the podcast a bit more interesting if everybody knew what was going on down
Yeah, like
in the
if
chat.
you put the chat like on the actual screen, but I think that was a good decision not to put the actual chat on screen.
It was also because I just didn't have enough time, and we were running short on it. But in retrospect, that was probably for the better. Just like the Time Person of the Year, for better or for worse. All right, so should we move on to the next topic that we have?
Yes.
So many podcasts.
Yes. Okay. So I saw a tweet by the satirical website The Onion recently. It was joking that 250 million Americans are looking for a podcast guest this week.
Really?
And it's a joke, but like the whole point of the joke is that like there's so many podcasts now, and like we have a podcast, so I felt like are we adding to the issue or?
Well, I think we have we're able to self-sustain ourselves because we have one person here, which is me, the host, and then we have another person, the co-host, and then we also have the audience here too, which kind of makes it balanced, I'd say. But if we really do want to host, if we really do want to guest, I don't see the harm in it. I mean, like
we've had a guest before.
Yeah.
But no, but what I'm trying to bring up right now isn't the issue of finding a guest. The issue I'm bringing up is that like there's so many podcasts now that like is there too many podcasts, man?
Is there too many?
Is there too many podcasts?
You mean like are you asking me like this? Is this an issue?
Is it an issue that like this? It feels like that everyone has a podcast these days,
Actually, you know what? I think this is probably better. It increases,
the amount of options.
Competition options as well.
True. Like I feel like obviously, I wouldn't consider us a top podcast, but I would say our quality is better than the low of the low, at least.
Yeah, hopefully you guys think that way too.
Despite what you're saying, despite what you're saying in the chat, I hope you agree.
What are they saying in the chat? Hold on.
Just keep ignoring it for now.
Alright.
I wouldn't bother. Yet.
And over here. Tunnel divers, really? What?
Oh, I'm so good.
How do you think we live underground? Do you think we're broadcasting this from the
Wait, what does he mean about tunnel divers? Is it like a terminology for taking? Is that they're like trying to like crash our stream?
Tunnel divers meaning. What is the meaning of tunnel? A covered passageway, specifically a horizontal passageway through or under an obstruction.
Alright.
I really don't know anything.
Alright, just ignore it.
Someone said there is no meaning. Maybe there is.
Alright.
Maybe we're just looking into this too much. We shouldn't pay attention to the haters, as they say.
So you and all feel like that there is an issue of lots of people having a podcast.
I don't think there's an issue. I think it exists that there are a lot of people having that have started podcasts, but I don't think it's an issue per se.
Like, and one thing you do notice that like YouTube, like a bunch of random YouTubers, they'll randomly be like, "Yo, I'm starting a podcast. Go check it out." Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but like the thing is that like sometimes it actually really works. Sometimes what they do really synergizes well with
like
podcasts.
I think there there are a decent amount of people that can do it. Like hopefully us.
That have the kind of drive to do it, or have the audience or anything really to help like breed a successful podcast. But like I said before, it's kind of promotes this sense of choice, and also like I mean, it kind of weeds out the weak, you know, if you think about it. Like the more successful podcasts will stay at the top and continue to grow. Well, those who don't put nearly as much effort will probably sink to the bottom and may not get as much audiences as others.
You know what makes our podcast a little more special than the other ones?
What's that?
Trivia!
Oh, that's right! Oh my gosh. How could I forget? My favorite part. Hold on. This is give it a sec. You want to get the music ready? See?
You get your sound effects ready. I get my sound effects ready.
All right. So I have this. Sorry for the little delay. I almost forgot about it. And because we're on a new computer, it's everything needs to be set up once again. Well, anyways, we're back here once again on the trivia segment of the Pickle podcast. Today we have some questions for you. Let's see. Should I bring them up? You want to ask the first one?
Alright, sure, I will ask the first trivia question. Alright. Our first trivia question of January 7th, 2020 is: how many terabytes is a petabyte? Is it 100 terabytes, 1024 terabytes, or 514 terabytes? I'll repeat myself. How many terabytes are in a petabyte? 100, 1024, or 514?
And the answers will be posted in chat momentarily. Here's a second. After they are posted, you will have 10 seconds in it. Alright. So these are the answers that you have. 3, 2, 1, and time. Time is up.
Hold on.
Alright, it's now done. Trivia questions.
Alright.
The answer to this question is, I'll repeat myself again. How many terabytes is in a petabyte? You had the answer choices of 100, 1024, or 514. If you chose answer 100, you are incorrect. I'm sorry. That's just way off, actually. But if you chose answer 3, 514, sadly, I'm gonna say you are wrong again. So that only leaves one answer remaining. If you chose answer 2, 1024, you are correct.
You forgot the Windows 95.
What's that? What?
You forgot the Windows 95 sound effect.
Oh, right. So.
Hold on. There's a discrepancy. They're saying it's not 1024. It is 1000. It's 1000. It is 1024. You may think logic would suggest that it would be 1000, but it's actually 1024. Here, let me show you my source. Here.
Seems the audience are a bit confused. I'm a bit confused myself.
How many hold on. Hold on. Here, look. Alright, look. Alright, so Google when you okay, look. Alright, look, Google is wrong. Okay, look. Google is wrong. Alright, look. Alright,
shall we do a
hold
quick
up.
fact check? Hold on.
Okay, show the viewers I am right. They are wrong.
How do we show them this?
Just look up how many terabytes in a petabyte. Okay, so the first result is a converter that says 1000. But then if you go down to literally any article, it says like 1024.
1000 terabytes. So these are all conversion websites. Let me just.
So you don't do actual mathematical ones. You go to the actual tech websites, and it says 1024.
So let's take a look.
If you go to
we put the trivia on pause for just a moment. Let's see which one specifically.
Go to gbmb.org.
GBMB like that.
.org.
Yeah.
Yes.
Data units conversion. Oh.
See, look,
equals 1,000.
It's 1,000 terabytes in decimal, but in binary it is 1024 terabytes.
And there is your proof, ladies and gentlemen.
It is 1024, not 1000. And decimal just means that's just the mathematical calculation, but the actual binary of it all is 1024 terabytes. You were all wrong for arguing with me. You're not right, ZJ Productions, okay? I didn't.
You know, I personally didn't know, so I can't vouch for you too personally, but you know what? Since you are my co-host, I'm gonna go with your word. So I apologize, everybody, but it seems that we've come to the conclusion that it is, in fact, 1024 terabytes. So, moving on to the next question.
I am right, you're wrong. Alright, next trivia question.
So, this one is about a friendly saint of ours. In which country was Saint Patrick born? I'll repeat this question and I'll also type in chat. In which country was Saint Patrick born? You have 4 answer choices this time, a little bit more than the usual 3. First will be Italy. A is Italy. B is Ireland. C is Britain. And D is Greece. You have 10 seconds to answer. And that starts now. 10. I'm waiting for the music.
Oh, right.
3, 2, 1, and time's up. Alright, folks. I'm now gonna be reading out the answer for this question. So, again, the question was, in which country was St. Patrick born? You had the answers of A, Italy, B, Ireland, C, Britain, or D, Greece. If you answered B, Ireland, I'm so sorry to say to you guys, that is incorrect. If you answered Italy, however, I'm also gonna have to say sorry because that is absolutely incorrect. But if you did happen to answer choice C, I'm gonna have to give you my round of applause and also the audience's round of applause because that's absolutely correct.
I don't know the answer to this one, so I'm just gonna go with you.
St. Patrick was in fact born in Britain. Alright. So
Chat is calling us boomers.
Ireland is right.
Okay, never mind. He's
Read the answer because it's Ireland.
Oh wait, no. Wait, ZJ Productions has a discrepancy with you. He says it's Britannia, not Britain. Britannia, I don't know. I'm not Christian. I don't know.
Because I said land of Are you? Guys, why are you trying to argue with me? This is
See,
I don't understand.
We can't do anything without.
Arguing good.
We can't do anything without them calling us out.
I know. I'm pretty sure he was born in Britain, wasn't he? Or are we gonna have to
Look it up again. Look up again.
birthplace? We're gonna have to do another fact check.
It says Roman Britain.
Britannia. Okay. Born somewhere in Britain. Or okay, you want me to show this? If we really need to do this kind of thing again, I will be glad to do it for our audience's sake. Alright. So it says here, though it says Britannia is where St. Patrick's place of birth is, it also says here, born somewhere in Britain, arguably in the late 4th century AD. So there you have it. There you have it. I know my saints, and apparently, we just need to know a little bit more. Alright, so moving on to the very last question here.
So wait, hold on. So are you saying it's Britannia? You're confusing me now. Like you just read
somewhere in Britain.
But
maybe
is it Britannia is Britannia the right one?
Roman Britain.
So is Roman Britain Britannia? I'm not an expert on this.
Yeah,
You're the
so
one.
it's just Britain.
Is it Britannia?
Guys,
answer me.
It's Britain. It's Britain. I mean, okay. Out of the choices that I gave you, it's Britain, because that's just like the most broad. Okay, guys, stop trying to argue. This is no time to argue.
Actually, are there Rojo in the chat? He gave a good answer. He said Earth. There, boom. That's our answer. Earth. That's.
All right. Well, I'm gonna still accept mine. Because I'm pretty.
Yeah,
sure,
look,
I'm pretty
we'll
sure
we'll take both Britain and Britannia.
All right. If it makes them feel any better, go ahead.
All right, our final trivia question of this episode that I hope you guys don't dispute. But before I ask it, I'm gonna double check it is correct, and no one can dispute the answer to this.
Correct. This, if all you sports.
All right. Yes. Okay. Yes. I am right. I am right. Okay. All right. So, our final trivia question of January 7th, 2020 is, what city is Super Bowl 54 going to be in? Is it Miami, Dallas, or Atlanta? Once again, what city is Super Bowl 54 in? Miami, Dallas, or Atlanta?
And these answers and the question will be posted in chat momentarily. Here's the second. Alright, and starting from now, you have 10 seconds to answer the question. And that 10 seconds starts now. If you don't know what it is, just guess. 3, 2, 1, and that is time.
What?
Hold on.
Hold on.
Give me a second.
Hold
So
on.
just give more time for thinking.
I'm giving you 5 extra seconds, basically.
You guys got this.
Hey.
Oh my god.
No.
You guys got this.
There. Okay. There.
Okay. Would you like to announce the answer?
Oh yeah. All right. So I was just dealing with there's an impersonator in the chat of me right now.
Oh,
Someone
someone
made an account called Mr. Nobody 711.
Oh, you're right. Oh my god.
And they have no profile picture. And they're
This is interesting indeed.
so
I don't.
listen. I have heard that someone would do this to me. I thought I was loved by you all. I didn't think you would stoop to this level. Yeah. Everyone yell at fake Mr. Nobody. Everyone report fake
Exactly.
Mr. Report him.
What is this man doing here? Or woman, or person? Wow. I didn't know we were popular enough to have impersonators.
Well, I guess even though the chat is, even though the chat has been a bit crazy today, I do appreciate the amount of interactions you're having with us.
Of course. I can't ask for more. Today's been.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you spending your 4:15 Eastern time with us on this fine Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right. So did I say the correct?
Tuesday.
Did I say the correct answer for Super Bowl 54?
Not yet. You got.
All right. Yeah. It's Miami. It's Miami. By the way, it's Miami.
Miami.
Yeah,
So,
Miami.
everybody, well, I get a second to prepare because.
Yeah, it's Miami.
I'm a human being.
Hard Rock
You
Stadium.
answered Miami. You are correct.
Yay. If you answered Dallas or Atlanta, you're not. Because you're not. So we got the NFL playoffs going on. Wild card weekend was fun. But hey, the Patriots lost. That's even everyone can celebrate that. But I think it's gonna be a fun road to the Super Bowl, which is in Miami.
All right. So, if that's all we have for trivia, I guess, and I think we've already like sort of.
Whoa, hold on. Why is everyone like making false accusations of me? ZJ Productions said, "I guarantee Mr. Nobody's Ryan." That is incorrect because we have had Ryan, aka Quad Eyes, on the podcast before. So how could we both be Ryan?
Huh. I'm more confused. Why are people questioning your identity?
Like first, I have an imposter.
All we know.
I've been called Ryan. Like, who am I, man?
All we need to know is that you're the Mr. Nobody 7-Eleven, and you're the co-host of the Pickle podcast. That's really all there.
I guess that's just the mystique of being Mr. Nobody.
I guess so. Well, anyways, do you have any closing thoughts before we eventually wrap this up?
Yes. This chat's interesting. The chat is interesting right now. I apologize. I would like to apologize for the connection technical difficulties earlier in the podcast, but we smoothed it out. We smoothed it out. Had another fun episode, and I'm glad everyone is here and a lot of people are watching right now, and I like that, and I appreciate that. No matter what you're saying.
Yeah. Any sort of interaction is appreciated, I guess. But maybe not some forms, but this is definitely cool. All right, well I think this is a nice time to wrap up our episode. Finally closing it out. You think so too?
Oh man, they're begging us to stay, but we can't. I feel like the best things are had in moderation. Like.
That's right. Yeah.
Like alcohol is only good in moderation. If you have too much, then it's bad. But
yeah, it's like amusement parks. No one wants to go to. Unless you really love it. But like, unless you really love it, you don't go there like every day. Of course.
Things like Disney Plus is only good in moderation.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like you can't like there's certain TV shows where it gets to a point where like it's just not good anymore because they just made too many episodes.
Yeah, that's true. Some people just need to know when to stop. It's the. And
Speaking of what is what is going on in the chat?
I don't know. I'm waiting for you to finish whatever you're saying.
All right, look. You know what? Here, I'm gonna let's change the topic. Fine, let's talk. I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you have Disney Plus?
No, I don't actually.
I actually
Netflix.
Well, you see, I wouldn't have one, but our good buddy ZJ Productions in the chat actually lets me use his Disney Plus subscription. Shout out to him for that.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I've been enjoying some Mandalorian, some fun Disney movies I've never seen, and I think it's worth the price of admission.
Right. I heard it's actually much cheaper, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually cheaper than Netflix. I believe it's $6 a month. I don't remember the exact number. It's around
think we-
6, 7.
I think it's 7, but I think we just use it Netflix primarily just because it comes.
Was ZJ production? Yeah, it's $7 a month. Yeah, for Disney Plus. Yeah, but speaking of Netflix, ZJ Productions also lets me use his Netflix as well. So I have both from him. I
Oh my gosh.
I just mooch off him. Oh yeah, CES 2020 ZJ mentions. Yeah, I thought about mentioning it, but if you want to talk, do you want to talk about CES? Nico?
CES 2020.
Yeah, all the new tech stuff. We can briefly go over it. I'm just trying to change it. I just want, before we end, I just want to like change the topic. You know?
Yeah,
I want people to stop commenting like eggplant emojis. I don't appreciate.
Oh wait, you see this? Can you see this?
What?
The
See
eggplant
what?
emojis?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, like, alright, yeah, just go.
All right, so alright. Our last and final top. Since they begged us to stay, our final topic of today's podcast will be CES 2020.
Alright, could you mind explaining what that is? Because
Alright, CES is basically like last podcast. Didn't we talk about what was that? The Game Awards.
Yeah, the Game Awards.
CES instead of like games is like just electronics in general. It's like an auto show for tech, and like all the big players, Samsung, all these guys, Dell, they all bring out their new fun stuff. And there's a couple things which I thought have been really cool. Have you seen Alienware's Nintendo Switch thing?
Oh no, I haven't. But I heard they were releasing a new model for.
It's a PC, but it looks like a Nintendo Switch.
You know what? We might as well take a quick look.
Yeah.
What is this called?
Just look up Alienware Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo. So is it the Nintendo Switch that's being modified?
It's not an actual. It has nothing to do with the Nintendo Switch. It has like a Nintendo Switch design. It's portable. It's a PC.
Oh, whoa! What's this? It's a real gaming PC, the size of a Nintendo Switch. Wow, how is this a PC?
It runs integrated graphics, which kind of, I don't know how it gets good game performance with that, but from what people have said, it's actually kind of decent. So.
Wow. Yeah, this is definitely.
I think that the form factor is cool though.
The what factor?
The form factor though is cool.
Which one's that?
No, I mean form factor is like the design. That's what I meant.
Oh, I see.
And
Yeah, the design is.
Another theme of CES, besides the cool stuff like the Nintendo Switch Alienware PC, is a lot of dual screen laptops. Everyone seems to be has a dual screen laptop design for some reason.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
like it just allows for
Yeah, look up CES
easier-
dual. Let's look up CES dual screen laptops.
CS dual screen lap problem. Dual screen laptop. Oh, you mean a laptop, not just a.
Oh, it's not phone, like laptop. Not like the LG G8X, like a laptop. The keyboard is like digital and stuff.
Oh. Wait, so what model am I supposed to look at?
I don't. This like Dell has one. I think like
How are these dual screen?
Asus made one. No, it's like the keyboard is digital and like.
Right. I see that. Oh wow. These are
Like what do you think of having both your keyboard and your screen being digital?
I don't know. What's the use of it? I mean, like, if it was
It's
helpful.
I feel like the physical keyboard is still the way to go. I feel like it's just a gimmicky kind of thing to have, like the stupid Apple touch bar thing they have on their computers now.
I guess so. But like something for animators or sound designers or like very very technical jobs that the laptop uses. I think this could actually be pretty useful, like what this is demonstrating. This is a photo editing software, or no, this is just a video editing software. I'm pretty sure, from the looks of it. He's editing like the timeline, which is pretty cool, in my opinion. And if it can run it efficiently, that'd actually be really useful for editors. So I mean, it's sort of niche, I guess, but this could be like utilized pretty well. Right?
But yeah,
Unless this cost is crazy.
yeah, and then looking into the mobile side, there's cool stuff like the OnePlus Concept One McLaren thing.
OnePlus.
It has like the back has it has the really cool part about it has like a disappearing camera on the back.
Disappearing? Like
yeah, it's like at certain angles you just can't see the rear camera. It's honestly useless, but like there's no look at OnePlus Concept One.
Concept One.
Yeah, Concept One. I think if I'm yeah.
Certain angles you can't see it.
Yeah, like the camera is just invisible on the rear.
Is it really though? Like I don't. Is it orange?
Yeah, it is. It has the leather back and McLaren on it because everyone.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Because OnePlus, they just try to milk that McLaren deal they have right now.
I mean, sure. That I mean, like if you look at it in certain lighting, I guess that looks pretty cool. Is that the only?
OnePlus isn't.
Feature?
There's other. I'm sure it has grid specs and stuff. But basically, the Concept One is like OnePlus showing how far they can push phone design. You know, and I think the phone market specifically is in a really good place right now. With like.
Yeah, the phone market.
Like you have like the Galaxy S11 is gonna have a 120 hertz display. That's gonna be awesome. What else? The Pixel 4a is gonna be a decent mid-range phone. OnePlus doing their OnePlus things, being like $100 cheaper than actual flagships. LG, I mean, LG isn't doing much with their actual flagships, but like the G8X is cool with like the dual screen thing. Have you seen that?
No. Is it like a foldable phone?
It's not a folding screen, but it's like it's two separate screens. Like it's like a not clamshell. That's what the Moto Razr does, which is another cool phone coming up. And then there's also the Galaxy Fold 2 is rumored to be under $1,000. That's a.
Oh wait, wait.
Honestly, I think that destroys the Moto Razr, which starts at $1,500. If Samsung can get a foldable phone under $1K. So yeah, just look up these phones that I'm quickly running through, you know.
Okay. Can you list them more slowly so I can catch this?
Show people the LG G8X.
LG GX?
G8X.
JX.
Oh yeah, this and
Oh wow.
in terms of
This is
what
one
I'm saying.
phone?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this design's gonna last, but I just wanted to bring it up just to show you about it, you know.
Huh. That's sort of like the flip phone that Samsung has been experimenting with. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look. The front that looks like a screen, isn't it?
But yeah, I think having more than one screen or folding screen, such as the G8X, the Nubia Z20, those phones have two screens, or foldable phones like the Galaxy Fold or Moto Razr. Those are going to pop up more in 2020. They're getting a little cheaper. They're starting to creep closer to the 1,000 range, which is something you should be really excited about. And I hope I'm not going to be too tempted to try to get one. Probably will.
So prices are now like steadily lowering for like the common.
It's sort of. Here, here, fine. Bring up the Moto Razr for visual representation.
Want me to do side by side?
And then also you got there's a lot of innovation in phones, like the computer market. I think the good thing you can get a lot of value right now in the computer market for less money, but like in terms of actual innovation, the phone market I think is where it's at.
Yeah, definitely. You ever wonder what if Apple eventually acquired Tesla though?
Why are you bringing that up right now?
I don't know. I was just thinking about it. You
I
know,
mean,
like
I feel like
Tesla like kind of goes through its
they're both.
lows occasionally.
Yeah, but I feel like Tesla will manage to stay afloat
Yeah.
for some time.
As long as Elon Musk is the one
Oh yes,
controlling the operations.
yeah. We
I
still
think
we still wanted an apology from Musk from last episode dropping
yeah.
that F bomb.
Well, we don't speak of it now. That's in the past.
We don't. We just the Cybertruck is now redacted from podcast history.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, honestly, if it's Elon, then I think it's okay.
But yeah, and also yeah, 5G is a big thing with phones next year. Like, basically all Android phones that are like flagships next year are all gonna be 5G capable because of the new Snapdragon 865 chip, which has 5G built in. Here, look up Snapdragon 865 for the viewers, visual representation.
865.
Yeah, Snapdragon 865.
Let's see. Ooh. Qualcomm's new Snapdragon 865 flagship.
So of course it's gonna be speedy, but then you also have that 5G, which we talked about 2 episodes ago, right? What was the last episode? I think it was 2.
Last episode.
I think it was last episode, yeah.
Our memory has been completely wiped, except for Elon Musk.
Which on the Apple side, like, when is Apple gonna like get rid of the huge notch, and when are they gonna start doing 5G and all this interesting stuff? Like, Apple's just waiting. I think Apple, in a way, they're playing it smart with they know they got their loyal fan base. They don't want to do anything too controversial. They're just waiting to see what everyone else is doing. And then whatever sticks from this era of innovation, that's what Apple's basically gonna take.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. They're
I think definitely, if you're looking for a new phone, wait a few months, and you're gonna have an awesome selection to choose from by like April. Once the new S11 and the new wave of like OnePlus, S11, probably LG, all those phones.
What do you think the prices are gonna look like though in the future?
Okay, I think almost every flagship phone will be near 1,000, but I feel like companies understand the value of keeping phones a little less, and they will have slightly like $700 range options. Like,
right,
I think Samsung will have like an S11e that will be a little bit more affordable.
Yeah, that's
OnePlus will have the OnePlus 8 Lite, and then I'm sure LG will make something, and I think everyone's gonna have like a somewhat flagship but not actual flagship to like keep things, somewhat affordable. But the $1,000 phones are definitely gonna be cool, and I think
but not
the tech world is cool right now, man.
Yeah, these are some innovations, maybe not from Apple so much. The main thing about the iPhone 11, as you can see from these photos, is the camera, which I guess could be impressive for professional photography, but like, unless you're not really interested in that kind of side of tech, then this, I don't even know about the flip phone. The Moto Razr.
Yeah.
What is this specialize in? Just like compactability.
It's affordable. Just basically that.
Yeah, and also like the sort of like Samsung foldable-esque kind of design. That's pretty cool. All these are introducing a new era of gaming into mobile phones.
And yeah, quickly talking about other tech at CES, you got a lot of internet IoT devices, your smart home stuff, all these random like smart devices popping up. It's a good time to be a geek. Yeah. I'll say that.
I think also just a quick thing before we end it though. Like I think
Sony. So hold up. Hold up. One more thing. One last request. ZJ Productions wants to look at the Sony car.
The Sony car. Do you want me to bring that up?
Yeah, the Sony. We talked about the Cybertruck. Why not Sony car?
What about the Sony car?
Show the Sony car.
Okay.
So it's electric. It's like electric, and
true.
You just look up Sony car CS 2020.
2020.
So it's like it's all about like it's about being connected. It's like it's all a bunch of like random like tech on it and all that kind of stuff. Like here, let me read off some interesting stuff it had. It's very heavy. It's a very heavy thing at over 5,000 pounds, but most electric cars are heavy.
Right. Especially for that battery.
And then,
It's gonna
yeah. And then there's also like a bunch of like random safety sensors and like I'm sure some of them are self-driving stuff as well. And actually looking at the car, it's actually I think it's really nice looking. Kind of reminds me a little of the Porsche Taycan in a way.
The what?
Porsche. It reminds me of the Porsche Taycan, or I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah.
That's another model car, right?
It's an electric car. Yeah, the Porsche Taycan.
Dang. I'm not really a car guy, so you're gonna have to be the one explaining these kind of things if I ever bring it up again.
CES.
Is this all you got?
Yeah, basically, I think we rounded up the best cool tech of CES. A lot of AI stuff as well, and a lot of that stuff is more experimental. But basically, everything that's at CES, it's all cool. It's just all gosh darn cool.
All right, so today I guess we covered a bunch of
topics of our world
current
from
events.
From the holidays, Time Magazine's Person of the Year, World War III, the podcast infection thing,
Right.
40X, and CES.
Mm-hmm. So from current events to current technology, I think we covered a pretty wide spectrum today. Right?
And I think I did a good job handling the chat going insane.
Yeah.
Which, while we appreciated you, we did appreciate the engagement. Let's keep it more PG next time. But
right. Anyways, like you guys can always continue to come
say
join.
it's free speech. It's free speech.
Yeah. Anything goes here, except maybe some mild toning down of things. I'll let you guys decide that. But thank you all so much for joining us today. Actually, like for taking your time out of your day, come here, listen to our hear us ramble. I guess hear us have some technical issues.
Yeah, basically you're just listening to us like have a Discord call together. That's basically what this podcast is.
Yeah, I mean, some people enjoy just people talking.
Yeah.
I would. I don't disagree with that either. It's podcasts are one of my favorite ways to waste time, per se. I don't, but like you usually do something while you're podcasting, or like when you're watching this podcast. But everybody has their own kind of particular niche. Alright, well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today. If you like my stuff on the YouTube channel, you can also be looking at my Instagram, where I post art somewhat daily. Not on the weekends, of course. That's where I take breaks. But of course, if you wanna check out my work, you can visit my Instagram. And if you wanna visit some of my co-hosts' stuff, Sully in the Box, or Mr. Nobody 711, as you know.
Yeah. However you want to call me, I have multiple aliases now. I have a fake. This is fake Mr. Nobody's now, man.
Well, anyways, yeah, you can visit his channel, Mr. Nobody 711.
I actually have a video idea that actually might come out in hopefully under a month, but I'm actually have something that might come out finally on my channel. So.
Oh, as a 2020 resolution.
This wasn't my resolution, but I'm gonna make a form of content. So you can follow me on Insta. You can follow me on Twitter at the Mr. Nobody 711 to see all my cool midnight thoughts. And yeah,
that's good to know. Thank you for all your plugins for your
yes
and also thank you guys for joining us today here.
Yeah.
We enjoyed
Stay groomed.
talking to you guys, and guess we'll see you some other time.
And we hope you have a great life until we see you next time.
And have a great day. And if you know us, then you would probably be having a snow day right now. So
And enjoy the rest of that. Yeah.
Do whatever you want. But for now, we're gonna be heading out now. So this has been Pickles on Mail, and I have been joined with my co-host, Mr. Nobody 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.
Double peace.
Triple peace.
Quadruple peace.
Quintuple.
Is it over?